Hello, my lovely spectators. Dee Dee here. Welcome to my studio. I just want to play today, right now. So it's Christmassy time, and I purchased the digitals from Tracy Fox over on her Ko-fi site. I'll link it down below. It's called Festive Dispatch Papers, I believe. So there's quite a number of pages. This itself is the other kit, so she has two of them. This is the ephemera kit, and you can just see how much is in here. I printed this on white cardstock because I have another December daily that I want to do for myself this year, and I'm going to be using that and decorating that, in another couple of days. Um, but I also wanted to see how it would print out on this yellow paper to see if it had that aged and how it kind of looked and felt. So I printed it out. There are a lot of pages in here that she designed. Beautiful, vintagey, traditionally kind of style. So I am gonna show you. She has some full pages, right? Which, let me just show you the ones that I have here. These were full pages. They could not be put on their side, and I'll tell you what I mean by that in a minute, in my opinion. So these are pages that I felt couldn't be put on the portrait way. She also has a bunch that this was a double print. So this is a one over the top of the other, and I think this one is as well. But here are some of the other designs that are portrait style. Now they're kind of small because I brought them into my favorite easy editing software in terms of sizing things and whatnot. And I made them fit into the best that I could. I mean, I've cut off a little bit because of the decal edge that I put on it, but I made them fit into 5.5 by 5.5 by 8.5, right? That's our standard paper size here in the US, and I just went brain dead, so I'm reaching for a ruler right now. So yeah, so yeah, about 5.5, a little bit shy, like an eighth shy because of the decal cutting off of the extra. And a little bit less than eight, so like 7 and 7/8. The reason being that, when they print it out, because she's in the UK and prints, their A4 is, I believe, 11 by 8 or something like that. So it doesn't fit on letter size paper in the way that we would think. We get these little sections on the top, on the sides. So I had to cut those off. So let me just go and flip through so you can see some of the designs that are part of the collection. So she has a lot of things that provide space for writing, as a journaler, if you were a journaler. And yeah, so, and there's like some really wide open spaces with the 25th. She's got some collages. So I said that this can be done this way because this one seemed to be the focal for me. So that was what made it stand up, right? Some collage of like these beautiful, what is this font, handwriting looking fonts and stuff. So vintage, looking locations and people. So really cute. So yeah, I just decided to print them out two to a page, and then I had to cut them out. So that's why they're a little bit shorter than what we would use for our. Some of them maybe have duplicates in here. Yeah, that was because I was playing around with placement, and I believe, if I'm not correct, you'd have to go and double check. So don't quote me, but I think she has things in more than one size. So she will have full size, and then she'll have like two to a page. But again, when you go into the coffee shop, if this is your vibe and you want to use them, you'll see that it's there. What's going on? I think this might be like a double print that I did. I'm not quite sure. It looks kind of weird. Yeah, I was trying to print, and what's the back, what's the front, what's the, how to do, double-sided. on my printer and, well, you know, learned. So these are the images. So there are some duplications in here, but you're getting the gist of it. So like this is the similar to the bigger one, but this is the horizontal version, and then this is a, you know, portrait version. So yeah, so there's variety in here. And yeah, some really nice pretty images. Okay, she also had she had a full like red checkerboard and green checkerboard. This is not how it looks in the digital. This I altered in that program that I was telling you. I wanted to have some more space to write, embellish, maybe do some other things with it. A full checkerboard felt a little too much for me. So I just overlaid an image of some crinkle paper that I had created, and I put a little white box behind it and transparency so that you would see the crinkle, you would still see the red or the green checkerboard. So her pages are full checkerboard red, full checkerboard green. So yeah, and so when I was printing, these were some of the faux pas that happened. So basically I have kind of like a signature kind of going here. And this is what I was saying. This is another one of those full page ones that was, you know, you really couldn't turn it to its side. So I left it full, and because it wouldn't make sense this way. So I decided to put in the center because I didn't have anything in the center. So right now, all of the backs are currently blank. But what I want to do later is to add maybe an additional page here, add a pocket, take pieces of this and decorate these sides, if that makes sense. So going to see how far we can get. I don't want to have the video be too long. I'm known for that, but we'll figure out how we're going to put this in. I don't know if I want to do an elastic right now until, or just have it there until I'm able to actually go through the whole thing. So I was going to use a file folder and chop it up, but today, no, it's stuck. I should have taken care of this first. It's stuck over here, you see? Slow. I mean, it's probably a duplicate page, but you just don't want to waste, right? Whew. Anyway, so I have those over there. It's like I'm precariously putting them around. So I want to use these pages. I want to use some of this and some of those single pages to kind of cover up this Amazon package. So it came today. I ripped it a little bit, taking my label off with my name on it. So it is a rather bigger, a biggish kind of one. It's not, it's, you know, it's much bigger than 12, right? This is 12 across. So 12 plus another 5. So this is about 17 across by, let's see, 12, maybe 14 or so. Yes, so this is about 17 by 14. So I gotta figure out how I'm gonna lay this out. So I know that I want the signature, of course, to be the height. I kind of want to see if I can make a little bit of a flap and a little bit of a closure. So this is why I didn't cut off this little sticky part. Let me try to raise you guys up just a little bit. Okay, all right. There we go. So I want to cover this. I want to make this a flip-flop. I don't want to cut the bag and lose the integrity. Yes, it's the full pocket. It's still here. But I think that I want to keep some of that, and I will have that pocket to be utilized. But I want to also have maybe another pocket, if that makes sense. So I need to figure out how this is going to open. Or how this is going to fold. So I'm thinking, first off, I need to figure out from here, this edge, right? This edge here, I want to have this fold this way. So I know that I want that to cover that. Okay, so it's covering it a little bit, maybe a little bit more, just in case something decides to stick out. So I'm gonna do that first, and I'm going to get that fold in my bag. Okay, so got that first fold here in my bag. Okay, then that means that I can take this and I can fold it over here this way. So since that's the case, maybe I don't really need this sticky part. This is kind of long to be all the way. So, and I don't want to close it up. So I'm going to cut this off. And I'm going to use my pinking shears because I do want a little bit of a weird edge. Not a weird edge, but you know, something a little different. Not just a straight edge. Okay, so I'm going to take this off, the sticky part, with my pinking shears. And I know you're supposed to like line up the little triangle peaks, but yeah, I didn't do that. So, kind of straight. I'm a little off because I can tell this is bigger than down here. So we will see if that matters all too much. So let's see here. Yeah, it kind of does. It kind of does, like, doesn't it? Like, ooh, going uphill. You know, like in the Price is Right. That guy, that little yodeler that went to the thing. You know what I'm going to do? I am going to, I'm going to take a T-square and trace a little line because you know what? I want this to kind of stick out because it's giving me that male vibe and there's a lot of male references in here. So let me grab a pencil. Let's see if I got a pencil. Yeah, let's do that so that I can make it straighter than I had before. Okay, so now let's do a retake on this. So we're going to cut on that line. Okay, and let's try not to go off the line. So I'm on the line. It's like I'm cutting away the line. Okay, it's a little better. It's a little better. Okay. Okay, there we go. Much better. Much better. Now, the other thing that I want to do is I want to take care of the height. Now the height, just like the front, I have like not even a fingers over, and then so this is going to come over this way. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, so that's gonna be like that, and we'll figure out what we'll do for our closure over here. But I want to see this here. Oh, there's a double flappy thingy here. Interesting. Maybe I don't know. We'll see what I can do. Maybe I can do something decorative like with that. I think I need this little purple label to come off. Okay, yes. All right. I don't know how far of the brown we're going to see. Now, I don't want to cut off. I don't want to create that top. I feel like, no, I don't want to cut off here. This is enough of like that crinkled edge. So I feel like I need to kind of make this go up. It's kind of high though, right? I wanted to kind of do something along these lines, but that's a really, 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 really deep pocket. Because I figured maybe I would have a pocket over here behind the signature and on this side of the signature. So this would close like this and this would come over like that. Now there's a lot of bulk right here, but that's going to be fixed once I figure out how I want to do this pocket. So I'm thinking it might be interesting to, okay, I'm going to cut this piece off for sure, straight across here, and glue down here shut. This part and this part I want to glue to the back, but I don't want it to be this high, so I need to go about halfway. I think I want to do it with the pinking shears on the inside, just for some, you know, creative little pretties, and then we'll have pockets in there. Yeah, so let me cut it down, because then before I finalize everything, I do want to what do you call it? I do want to do some inking, and then I also want to cover the bag, and I'm going to use this, and I'm going to the other ones, and I'm going to kind of collage a little bit, some of it, kind of. So this is our line right here. So I want to cut that, and I think I'm going to take this guy, and I'm going to get my blade, and I'm just going to cut straight across on the side of that. Perfect. And then I'm also going to cut over here. Okay. There we go. So let me just get in there and clean up that little corner. There. And here. Okay. I'm going to hold on to this because I could use it for something in here. Maybe. I don't know. I am going to need to glue this. You know what? I'm going to glue it now because, you know, I just want to make sure. So let me get some glue and glue up all the layers. So I'm going to glue up all the layers over here. Woo, that's a really loose glue. It's Tombow. I was trying to get these little bottles because sometimes the Tombow gets out of hand. Or maybe it's just me. I get out of hand because that guy squirted all over the place. Let me grab this baby wipe that's dried out. But I could just wipe this down. Okay. All right. So that's secure. I didn't close up any of these yet. I'm percolating ideas. So I am gonna need to cover this, and I do want to cut this down. I do not need it to be this high. Let's take out my T-square again, and let's see. Let's make the pocket. Let's see, 2, 3. Let's do 2.5. I feel like 3. I don't know. 3 feels a bit long. You know what? I'm gonna do 3 because I'm just thinking ideas. I'm thinking ideas. So I'm gonna do that. So I'm gonna cut this over here. Okay, and again, I'm gonna do it with the pinking shears because I wanted to have a little fun on the inside. So let's cut that. Okay. Okay. Alright. And let's hope I don't have anything that I need to absolutely cover up here by the edge so that I could have that little decorative something something, you know, like the side. Okay, so we'll have the interior and the flap. I went a little off. Let's see how bad I feel that is. I think I'm gonna hold on to that piece for now. Do I feel like it's way off? 2. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. Okay. So we have, let's do some mending here. Everything is falling. I say welcome to my studio. My studio is this. This little area of desk. I don't want to use this wet glue. Let me get the, where is it? My trying to put this little thing here. I don't know if this is worse or having the needle is worse. I don't know. That little plastic thing. Let me glue this one up here because this is definitely was already glued because it was broken by my aggressive opening of the package this morning. And so I'm gonna just get that side nice and flat. Okay, so all right. So now here's what I'm thinking. I do need to put this together and close it up, right? So if I do this, I have a pocket here, and I think it would be cute, maybe, if I were to cut another section here and have like a double pocket, just for looks. I mean, I'm not going to put a ton of stuff in there because, you know, that would be hard to, well, if it's chunky, it's chunky. I'm good with that. let me close up my glue stick and let's do that. I think I want to do that so I know where I need to put my papers up to. So to get in here, I'm going to go into the center here and I'm going to cut down about that much. Okay, so let's see here. So I could cut it off or I could do this. What do you guys think? I could do this and you know that could be cute as well, and it also will reinforce that pocket. I think I'm gonna do that because I don't have to worry about cutting another set of zigzaggies and stuff. And so yeah, so I'm not going to glue this down yet because we need to cover the inside here. So let's do that next. Let's cover the inside. Let's see what we have that could go on the inside. I'm going to look for the least fancy. I want to put the more prettier on the outside. Okay, so let's see here. These are our options. We've got this. Let's see, how does it, it's going to need to be a couple of pieces, right? So I may need to collage it up. I like this. I'm hoping I can put this on the front. I'm gonna figure out how to do that, but right now I'm gonna put that to the side. I don't mind this. I like this as well. I think I want to put the card, like the postage, on the outside. So on the inside, I really don't want to cut into the people's faces, so I'm gonna put them to the side. And let's see what we can do here. I do need to get rid of this edge here. So, let's see here. Can I do one part of this like this, and then the other part is this? Should I do it like straight up half and half on the inside? Should I do this the full like this? And then add other pieces around. That's what I'm thinking, because I have these things, right? I have these. They're not as high, but I could cut into these and kind of like frame it out. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Yes, I think that might be the way to go. I'm gonna put this all the way up there. Okay, so let's see here. So this is where I'm folding. So let's see, is that how the middle is? It's kind of, almost. I think I need to move it just slightly. No, stick. Slightly over. Okay, so I'm matching up the edge up here and that edge. I have a little bit of glue there, so residue. So I'm using that to kind of help me figure it out. Oh, went the wrong way. So I need to go this way. Okay, let's try it one more time to get the middle. Okay. No, what is wrong with me? Okay, you know what? This is what I gotta do. Let's do the middle. Okay, and then we know that this is the middle, right? Okay, and so that's where it's gonna go, but it's gotta be moved up. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. This is gonna be what I wanna put down first. I'm gonna do the inside side first. Okay, I think it's good. So I'm gonna hold it down. Yeah, see, I'm gonna hold it down and let it go. It didn't move anywhere though. I'm going to put a bunch of glue over here. Okay, to get this side down. Okay, I'm gonna get it started. Okay, I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna really get glue on the edges. Get it in there. Okay. Didn't need to go all the way down here because this is gonna flap up. So I'm gonna put something else on there. I'm gonna go over here, get that. Okay, nice, nice, nice. Now that needs to be really done well. I'm gonna come over here now, do the bottom, but then mostly focus on the top because the top will be seen. We wanna make sure there's good adhesion here. Okay. And then we're going to go like that. Okay. Okay, let's see. Okay, this side looks good. That looks good. All right. Now, I'm gonna glue this up, but I still have to do this part. So I have choices. I could do some more green over here, but then this is a little short over here, because I can do that. Okay. Okay. I could cut more and then I could, you know, Frankenstein it together. That's not an issue. Okay. I could do this and then another piece up here, possibly. And then over here, the same kind of thing. Maybe wrap it around to the front so that this edge would be nice, because I'm not pinking it. I'm just gonna, you know, have it be what it is. So I could do that. Yes, right? And let's see, like that. Okay, all right, let's see. Let's do that. Do I want to, I think there's a lot of, it doesn't have a lot of red. So I think I want to grab one of the red ones here. Okay. And what I think I'm going to do is I'm just going to see how far it is from this, the pinking. So what I want to do is I want to glue it down completely. I'm going to overlap it a little bit, but I want to have that pinking show out. So I want it from here to, which is this one? Yeah, this one here. Okay, and because we do better with lines, I'm sorry, I'm not quite in the space. Sorry to you guys again. Let's do that here. All right, so let's see if I can figure this out. So I'm cutting this so that I have the pinking to match what's going on there. Okay. And there we go. So what I want to do is I want to put some here to the bottom. So you have that little double pinking there. And then this from here, from the top, right? Now, there is some overlap. I want to get rid of this. I don't know how bad it's going to look. I'm just going to cut a piece of it off. The dark piece. Okay, so let's use my mat to kind of keep myself straight. Let's see here. That looks straight. And then I'm going to take off. I'm going to take off that much. Let's use my knife. Okay, we'll hold on to this because we could use scraps for different things, and we're gonna see if that was probably not enough, which is fine. We will now learn from our mistakes. But anyway, let me see how that looks. If I line this up and I glue it well, it actually won't look so bad. So I just need to not cut this much off. So luckily I have quite a few of these guys, and so I'm going to do it again. Fold this up. I'm going to take this one because the width of it was correct, and we're going to paint this one out like we did the other one. Okay. And so you know I'm going to wind up using the one that I'm cutting new, right? Because I am messing up the pinking of the first one that I had. But again, we will hold on to that because we never know. And I want to get rid of, let's do this again. I want to get rid of this up to here, right? So I guess I could just get rid of the little bit of the white, you know, and then just have a decent amount of overlap. That's probably the best thing that I should have done, which is to get rid of this little white line, basically. Okay, so let's just do that. Let's get rid of that much and cross our fingers. Okay, all right. So let's glue this down. Let's glue this down. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to put glue on this edge first, which is the edge that's gonna overlap this main inside. Okay. And we're going to go up to the top. Okay, I need to look. I need to go up to the top. Come down. Okay. Okay, that looks a little like it's moving. It's twisting a little bit. So I'm looking at this little bit of a, seems like it's going on an angle. So let's try to move that. Much better. Okay. Then we're going to glue. I'm just moving this out the way. This guy. Oh my God, I hate when that happens. I'm too aggressive. I press too hard. All right, let's get this glue out of here. Or rather, let's spread this glue all over here. Okay. All right. And then this one we're going to bring to the bottom. And we're going to match up here. We're going to match up this little white line. And we're going to do that. Okay, so slight bit off, but not by much, and I don't think it really is that noticeable. So let's go back in here and finish gluing up the side. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. I was thinking of inking stuff, but I don't, I feel like the yellowness of the page is kind of sufficient. I don't know. Would you have inked it? I don't know. Okay. So there we go. So now this goes up here. And this will come over here. So that looks good. Okay. I want to do the other side. So I'm just going to turn it around because we're here. And I'm going to do the same color. And this one I won't be seeing the pinking. So I just need to get something that fits. Does not fit. Does not fit. Oh, okay. All right, we'll just use another piece. Should we do green? No, we need to do the same color. That would bother me. All right, so we're going to do this again one more time. Doesn't have to be pinking, so I'm just gonna do it because that's the scissors that I have right here. And then I'm gonna take off the sliver of the dark one. It's kind of dark. Okay. Hopefully I didn't underestimate, overestimate, whatever the right way is. We're going to do the same thing here. I'm going to put that there. So I'm going to put some glue over here. Okay. And we're going to do that again. All right. Okay. And then this one is going to come, oh, wrong way. This one's going to come over here. Okay. Let's see here. I'm gonna make, so the dark one is out on top. All right. I wasn't thinking straight, but that's cool. That's okay. It still looks cute. Okay. So here we are. We're almost done with the inside. So I'm going to, let's do this. I'm going to take these two pieces and let them fold over. Okay. So let's do the first one. Okay. Just nice and down. And then the second, go down. Then the second one. Okay. Okay, that looks good. All right. So I have a nice edge on this side is what I'm thinking. I also have this little bit here. So I think I'm going to try to fold that over as best I can. Okay. So let's see if we can get that to fold over. And that way we have a nice top edge. Now I do plan to cover this, so I'm not too worried about that. What I do want to do though, I think, is I want to remove, we gotta do some surgery over here right? Because this should be underneath. That would have been better. Do I have some leeway still? Can I? Can I? Are the glue gods with me? Please, 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 please. Because it is only just printer paper. Okay. All right. Let's get this guy under here. Okay. Nice, nice, and nice. All right. And then we're going to put this one over it. All right. So that if I go up to this or this, whatever, and I have a little bit, I have some wiggle room. All right. Okay. Let's wrap. Let's do the bottom here. So I'm not gonna do anything inside here. So this is excuse me. I will fix excuse me. I will fix a little bit more in here. I will fix a little bit more in there. Lost my pencil. Oh, so sorry. And so I need to do something here. Okay. I'm not going to do anything in here. I think that's fine. Let's put some glue there. So we'll put some glue over here. I got to keep remembering to look up and check my camera screen to make sure that as I move things around. Oh, excuse me. I think I have some. Yes. Okay, so I am going to glue that down, but let's work on what's going to go in here. Now, I can do the same thing here and put it down, or I can do some of the green and do green instead and put the green down here. So that might be an option, right? So we can put the green up to here, and then the center is right here. Can I then put the green there? Like that. And just have that in the bottom. Yeah. I mean, the green won't be seen. And then I could flip it over. Right? It won't be seen if I glue this down, which I don't have to necessarily glue it down. So, decisions. Yeah, I don't think... Yeah, I'm gonna do that. So let's take off this little bit of green. Okay. Use my ruler here. Take off, I guess, about an inch. Hopefully, I'm not under it. Okay. Did I not look at it correctly again? Anyway, let's see. So we got this here, and then, oh, this way, this there, and then this one here. All right, that works. Okay, and we have this little seam, but it's kind of in the center where this will fold. So, oops, sorry. Hopefully it won't be too much of a big deal. Okay, so let's glue this bad boy down. Okay, we're gonna use the glue stick again. We're gonna paint this side with the glue. Okay, did I get it to the edge? I think so. We're gonna put that guy right there. So we'll see a little bit of brown here and there, which I don't mind. I just don't want a lot of the Amazon iconography visible. That's the only thing. Okay, and so we need to just finish off that glue over here and put the other one over here. So let's finish placing that one down, and then from here up to there, gonna line up that right there. Okay, all right, so it's a little off. Hold up, I gotta Let's lift it up, and because like this little corner here is a little off. Let's lift it up and try to. So the glue stick is good because you can move a little. You have a little bit of wiggle room. I guess it doesn't. It matters, but it doesn't. I guess because technically this is gonna be like this, even though it may flop up. So whatever shall we do? Is it more important to have this edge and then I could just glue this down? And maybe I should. I could just glue one of them down. I don't know. I could just glue the middle down. Let's not let's just glue this whole thing down first. And then we'll look at the bigger picture. Okay, so this is what we got going on. This is going to stay up. I'm going to now glue the pocket closed. So this guy is going to get glue down this edge. My picture frame. So this edge and this edge over here is going to get a nice little bead of glue. Okay, and then the center is around here. Do I want to glue? Do I want to glue the center? Yeah, I'm gonna glue the center. Why not? All right, so let's put those guys down. Middle, right, and left. Okay. So what I have in here, I told you, is the Tombow. I bought a bunch of these because I'm trying to figure out which glue I like the best. And then just like stick to one glue. Because I have Tombow, I have Nuvo, I have Elmer's, I have Art Glitter Glue. I got Eileen's. I got so many different glues, it's not even funny. Alright, so this feels a little sticky. I'll come back in with my eraser, I guess, to see if maybe that needs to, you know, whatever. And somehow this got stuck down, but I'm not mad at that because we were thinking about this guy, right? I wasn't quite sure. So let's see what we got here going on. So we got that. Let's just push this to the back. Okay, so it's a little because of the whole thing being kind of wet. And this is gonna go in here like that. I like it. I like it. It'll have two pockets here, pocket here. This will be the cover, and then we'll have all these signatures, and then we'll do some other stuff in there. Probably not in this video, but we're gonna have the base done, which is gonna be the thing that I really wanted to make sure of today. Okay, so what shall we do on the back? Well, I'm gonna just do what I did before. I want to just cover up the rest of it. No, because this. That's why. Oh no. Now that I think about it. Okay, let's see if we can get this up. Praying we can get it up. We can get it up. Okay. Alright. Alright. A little bit more. Okay. Okay. That's good enough. So let's get a little bit of this guy into there. Okay. So we don't need, I know it's not cut straight, but I'm going to clean that up in a minute because I just want to get this piece under there. Right? So let's add some glue over here. Okay, and we're going to put that in there. I'm going to tuck this guy in there. Come on, don't rip too much. You're ripping too much. Okay. So many things going. They're not going wrong. I'm just not thinking ahead of time. This is kind of like on the off the cuff, rather, just to like, oh, let's just do it. Let's do it and let's make a video at the same time. So okay, we got that in there. Let's see. We put some glue. That should hopefully make it look a million times better, which it does. So it's okay. We okay. It's okay. Okay. And I think I'm gonna have to stick a little bit more under there, and that's all right too. So we're gonna put that little bit right there. Okay, and then this. Okay, all right. Now we can put this up. I don't need to glue all of that because I don't need all of that up there. So let's just cut that down. We just want to have a nice edge. Okay. All right. We got this going on. We got this going on right here. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. All right. So now we have a nice edge there. We have a nice edge up there. We have a nice edge over here. Our inside is done. I think it looks cute. I like this little right there. So now we know that this is okay. Okay. This is the closure. This is technically the front, right? So I had picked out, I had said that I liked this as the front, right? So I can do that if I stick it all the way in, right? How much is going to get covered? And then put it around. Oh no. So my alarm went off and threw off everything. Also saw that I've been doing this for 45 minutes. So let's get this guy done. We'll keep it in an hour. And then, you know, I'm just going to, you know, we're doing the cover. We know what the signature looks like. I don't have the finished decoration. So maybe I will throw that up on the Instagram. I'm not 100% sure. Okay. That kind of threw me off. Let's see here. So I was trying to figure out what this should look like. So I like the fact that I had these things coming out from the other side, but now it feels a little disconnected. So, I mean, the red is here, the red is there, and I have this yellow, but I don't want that yellow to be there. So that's a problem. And then how far around is this gonna actually go? It's only gonna go about that much. And then I lose part of the delivery, and that's not what I wanted to do. If I put it all the way up to this edge, oh, it's still a little sticky and needs to dry some more. It's that damn Tombow, bro, Tombow. So let's see here. We could put it all the way up to here. So then that way, this is like this. This is the front. This is part of the back. And then I'm going to have something going on with the flap. Some more of this, maybe, from the back, the green one. I'm not so sure now. What's the other stuff I have? I also have this. And this is cute. But I liked this one. But I think the bigger issue is that the top and the bottom are not, you know, this cutoff part. So you know what I'm going to do? I think I'm going to glue it on there. In the space that I want it to be. I don't necessarily like this right here, but I could cut some of this trim and put it, you know, I could trim it out maybe and put it where, I don't think if I pinked it up, would it look cool? Like if I had it pinking, if I pinked this edge right here, would it look cute going up against this other thing? No, I feel like that would be unnecessary. Yes. Okay. Okay, let's look at this again. This is going to come over. Yeah, I need to go all the way to the edge. All the way to this edge with this guy here. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to make it work, and we're going to cut some stuff, and we're going to decorate, and we're going to be good, and we're going to be happy about it. Okay. Trying to cover this with the cover from the the glue stick. Alright, so let's go here. Across, 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 across. Okay. Let's get it started. Let's get it started. Okay, so we're going to, and we're leaving those yellow. I know I'm leaving the yellow because right now I don't know. I could put ribbon. That might be a thing. I could put some ribbon if I have some ribbon. That would be nice. Okay, and let's make sure that we're going straight. Okay, we're straightish. We're not going to go off the page. We are a little more higher, but that's fine. Let's go to the other side. Let's get in here. Let's pull that back a little bit so we could expose the other little bit of glue so we don't have any missing spots of glue. Okay. You know, I'm not one of these people that sews, not yet. I do want to try it, see if that'll be my jam or not, but I don't know. It's just because I am limited in the amount of space that I have to do all of this right now. So, yeah. Okay. Let's see. A little bit more. Okay. Okay. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. So now I'm going to press down on the corners, on the edges, over here, on this edge. Make sure I have everything nice and adhered. That's looking cute. I like it. Okay. And so now we just need to, let's see, we need to put something from here to here. And so I'm thinking the green would be cute. So let's see if I have any more green. I should have, yes, I have plenty. I have plenty. And I think I'm going to do what I did before, which is to do this little edge here, green, and then do the pinking up to there. So I'll drop my pencil. I'll just do a little pen mark here. Okay. That would be, I don't know. I'll just fold it. I'm a measuring kind of girl, so I'm struggling with that. Oh my god, it's almost half, completely half. I'm just gonna fold it in half because, you know, why not? And then I gotta cut off that little pinking. Pink away this little edge here. So not a lot, just a little. Okay, so now we have those two. And again, I need to take a slight little bit of this off, right? I already put my thing over there, so I'm just gonna eyeball it. I did a pretty decent job doing that. Okay, so this is our last little bit. Let me flatten it out because it's still drying. We're gonna take this from there. And then from here, we're gonna cover that over there. Yeah. Oh, it's the dark one again. Why don't I learn? Okay. Does it matter? Does it matter? It doesn't matter. It does matter, but it doesn't matter. Does it matter? I know. I'm like sounding like a psychopath. Does it matter? But does it matter? It doesn't matter, but does it matter? See, I feel like, yeah, this is too dramatic a thing. Oh, here we go. Again, thank you so much for having so many duplicates. And you know what? I think I'm gonna wind up using that trim. That's what I'm gonna do. All this extra trim over here will not be going to waste because we don't want to waste a bunch of paper. Okay, so let's do this again. So we get the same length, the same height rather. I'm gonna just okay. So again, if I put the dark up here, I don't mind it so much. Then this one has to come over here, right? So I need to cut a little bit off. So I need to cut from like here. Right? Yes. Okay. Alright, and to cut there, so I'm gonna need to cut it straighter than I did before. So back to grabbing my ruler. And we're gonna use that line. Okay. Alright. How much more time? Alright. That's been 9 minutes. I'm trying to not go super deep into time, but it's gonna be an hour. I'm gonna try to cap it out. Be done and done. Okay. So I'm gonna put the glue here so that way I don't get it all over the picture over there right now. I'm gonna put this here and put that there so I get a little bit of an edge, right? Remember, I want to have that edge, so I'm looking right there. Okay, I could finish gluing that up in a minute. I'm gonna lift this up so we have a little glue area. Okay, now we're going to bring this back down and we're going to line this up and bring that over there. And there we go. All right. I think that looks pretty cool. Pretty good. Pretty good. All right. Now let's finish gluing up this whole thing. And whatnot. Okay. That looks better than before. Okay. So this is my cover for my signature. So we're gonna have that, and we have that. I like the little blue. This is bothering me. I'll figure that out. So there's a little bit of a bubble here. So I think what makes most sense is that we cover this up with the green. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take, I don't know, let's see if I do this, what happens. I don't know how much of the green I need or how I'm going to be able to keep it all the same thickness. Right, because I could do that. Could do that. Or where's the other? You know, I'm just gonna get scissors for this time and just go based upon this white line. I'll just put this like that, but then it doesn't cover the red. So what if I do this and try to get myself a good amount of that, but then that's a very different color. All right. I kind of want to stick with the pinking, but then, you know, nothing else has that. So that's the issue. That's a issue. You know? People, I thought I was gonna be able to use all those scraps, but I think I might have to bust out some fresh. All right, so if I just cut around the white, I could get it with a couple of them. Yeah, I don't need the pinking anymore, so I'm gonna put those back. I don't need my pen anymore. Guys, I wish I could ask you. I wish you could tell me what you thought. I hate to throw all of this out, but you know what? Somebody says it's a digital. I can always reprint it. I need focus. I need focus. And I got plenty there, so I can do this. Sorry. Okay. What are we thinking? What are we thinking? How much time is it? Yeah, I think that It's like this, and like this. And then I still don't have a closure. Not yet. And this guy still feels really wet. So, all right, guys. I think that's what I'm gonna do. But I'm gonna let you go right now because I can't. I can't keep you any longer. It's been an hour. So, what do you think about so far? You know, this is freestyle thinking, so it took forever to kind of figure it out, and you know, I had a good time doing it. Hopefully, you enjoyed, you know, me walking and talking through it, and coming up with ideas. Look, we could put it in the pocket. That's so cute. Anyway, so my Amazon bag transformed into my Christmas junk journal. I don't know. I think I'm gonna put elastic for now. And yeah, that's it. I'll have to figure out a closure. It's not 100% straight, but you know what? That's okay too. It's homemade. It's handmade. Handmade is not perfect. Handmade is with love. So, if you enjoyed my shenanigans and want to come back and know when I've done another video, by all means, please subscribe. Leave me a comment down below. What would you have been doing differently? And, you know, until next time. Ciao, ciao. Bye.